All right, guys, we're back today with some more news stories. So today's a pretty big one. We got a lot for you. So starting off with a big one, ACDC is getting back together for their new album with all of their original living members. So that's huge. I know, speaking from our fans who are really into ACDC and us being big fans of ACDC, that's massive. Hearing that news made us super excited. Who it also made very excited is Dee Snider from none other than Twisted Sister, who recently put on Instagram a petition up to have ACDC play the Super Bowl. He says when he was asked about it, there are a lot of bands that are stadium worthy and a lot of bands that have sold hundreds of millions of records, but the one band that I think has such crossover appeal to so many people in all the genres is ACDC. And I got to say, I agree. Now, Dee mentions in the article that the recent Super Bowl performances have been fine, but I got to wish that there was some more rock being shown there too. So ACDC, I think, is the perfect one for this Super Bowl, and I really hope, now that they're back with their original members, that this is going to happen. So we're going to link that in the description. It looks like there's about 9,000 signatures left to get to the 50,000 that Dee Snider has that he wants to get. Let's push it past there. I know the A&A community can do that, so we're going to have that be the first link in the description box. Go there. We're going to sign it. If you guys want to see ACDC in the Super Bowl play the halftime show, go sign it. So we're going to have that there. And shout out to Dee Snider for making that push to have them there. I think it's a great idea, and I support him wholeheartedly. So like we touched on in the last video, we heard this week, obviously, about the passing of great guitar legend Eddie Van Halen. Some more news on that front. There's actually been news from his manager talking about the family, so Wolf and Alex, both searching through the vaults at his famous studio, 5150 Studios, which is Eddie Van Halen's private home studio. Searching through his vaults of music, there's a chance we might get some unreleased gems from Eddie's studio. So obviously it's pretty early before we could tell, but that would be awesome. I think a lot of the fans, especially here for me and Andy, we would love to see that happen, especially if it's something that he wanted to release but wasn't able to. We'll keep you updated on that front. I always think it's interesting to hear posthumous music. Some people hate it, some people love it. I think if it's done respectfully with the family, I think it can be really, really special. Seeing as Alex and Wolf are some of the people undertaking it, I do think it'll be handled with care and the utmost graciousness. So I think that's awesome from them, and a little bit of bright news in such a terrible tragedy. All right, our next story comes from Led Zeppelin. Now, it's no secret, I love Zeppelin. Now, they've been in the courts for some time in a legal battle with the band Spirit over none other than arguably their biggest hit of all time, Stairway to Heaven. Now, in 2016, they were in that legal battle, and it sided with Led Zeppelin that they, in fact, did not plagiarize the song Taurus by Spirit for the opening riff of Stairway to Heaven. In 2018, though, they overruled that. So they've been battling since then in the courts, and it actually went all the way up to the Supreme Court, where just this week they ruled that they weren't going to hear it and that it had no basis. So Zeppelin, definitely no stranger to copyright scandals from many songs of theirs. But in this case, the Supreme Court sided with Zeppelin on that one, noting that, again, a simple melody couldn't be copyrighted like that, and it wasn't enough to even hear the case. I am curious what you guys think. Obviously, this is kind of a big scandal, and it has been something, sort of a blemish on Zeppelin's record. Some people feel that it is not justified at all. Some people feel like they've done nothing. I'm curious to know what you guys think, so if you want to comment down below kind of what your thoughts are on the matter. Do you think Zeppelin has plagiarized a bunch? Do you think it's okay? If they have, I'm curious to know you guys' thoughts. But yeah, this week, that massive ruling that it's actually being upheld, the original decision, Zeppelin winning that court case. And our last story, a little more lighthearted. This week, Fleetwood Mac's Dreams actually back charting on the Apple Music Store, and it's all thanks to Nathan Apodakas, I hope I'm saying that right, who ended up getting on a social media platform, TikTok, filming him longboarding while drinking some cranberry juice and lip-syncing to Fleetwood Mac's Dreams. Now, I got to be honest, reading about him and his story, it was something that he was doing lightheartedly for his daughter, and it just feels like a feel-good story all around. Now, since then, tens of thousands of dollars have been donated to Nathan to help improve his living situation. He's gotten recognition from tons of people, everyone from Jimmy Fallon to even Mick Fleetwood posting about him, kind of recreating the video himself. I think it's awesome when you have something like that that really kind of transcends and brings some of that older music back to the forefront. It's really nostalgic for a lot of people, and for people who it's not even nostalgic to. I mean, people like Andy and me who just love it. It's just great music. And so to see it affecting the world in such a positive way, bringing a lot of people together, and that it's charting again, I think that's awesome. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot more from Nathan in the news with Dreams. And I hope we see more of this be a trend, kind of that resurgence of classic rock from especially Fleetwood Mac, one of the greats. It's just awesome. So that's all the stories we have for you this week. I wanted to end on a good one. Remember to hit that subscribe bell if you want to see more rock and roll news and more reactions from us. We're really trying to make sure we give you the best content possible. So let us know if there are any other bands or news stories that you want us to cover, and we'll be glad to. With that being said, you guys have a great rest of the week.